Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of Undisputed Nerds. This is the podcast where we like to talk about nerdy things and to take a light-hearted look at all the movies and TV shows and things of that nature. I'm your host, Zane Tai Cho, and unlike always, my co-host isn't here. GG's is currently on holiday, which means it is just me this week, but we are doing this live on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you are watching this live, hello, welcome. I can see we've got some people in the chat. Rinsler, how you doing, bud? Hope you're well. I hope this stream is working well on both platforms. Let me know in the chat. This week, we are going to have a look at a tier list. It's been a while since we've done a tier list, so I thought it'd be fun if we did a tier list live, looking at all of the movies that came out this year, but more specifically the comic book movies. And we're going to go through them. Good. Glad to see the stream is working out well. Fantastic. Super. So before we do jump into our tier list, of course, we have a word from this week's sponsor, Surfshark VPN.
Zane, did you know that I love to surf?
No, I didn't.
I know, it's amazing. You'd never believe it looking at me, but I am an avid surfer. Not of the sea, though. Oh, no. I am a surfer of the World Wide Web, my friend. And let me tell you something. When I go surfing, I definitely need some protection. Not the usual kind of wetsuit, though. I need some VPN. Do you know what VPN means, Zane?
I don't. What's a VPN?
Well, it would be a virtual private network. And let me tell you, we here at Undisputed Nerds are being sponsored this week. And a big thank you to the episode sponsor, Surfshark VPN. You can get Surfshark VPN 83% off and free months free, Zane, if you go to surfshark.deals/Undisputed Nerds and enter in the promo code Undisputed Nerds. Surfshark VPN lets you trick your device into thinking it's in another country, which opens up a whole world of content libraries, Zane. So think about it this way. If you're in the UK, you can watch US Netflix, which has a far bigger selection of movies. You can get all of your Batfleck content that I know you love, Zane. I know you're looking for. If you're outside of the UK as well, you can watch amazing apps like BBC iPlayer. And if you're in the US, you can finally get access back to the old WWE network with its far superior functionality. We've been using, me and Zane have been using Surfshark here at Undisputed Nerds for a while. It is our official VPN, and it doesn't just let us gain access to all the comic book movies, but it also secures our networks by encrypting internet traffic, keeping our location and download history private, thankfully, so that people can't see me purchasing wetsuits. My favorite feature on the Surfshark, it knows when my phone leaves a trusted connection, like my home or work internet, and it immediately turns on to prevent interference. It's like having, I don't know, Batfleck's Justice League for your phone, Zane.
I know exactly what you mean.
And I know you've got a lot of Batfleck on your phone right now. So sign up to Surfshark today by using our link in the video description below, surfshark.deals/Undisputed Nerds, where you'll get, again, 83% off and your first 3 months free if you use the code Undisputed Nerds. We really appreciate if you just at least check them out, as they're a great company and we love working with them. Support Undisputed Nerds and support your internet privacy with Surfshark.
Fantastic word there from this week's sponsor. Thank you again, Surfshark VPN, as always. Super. Let's get some music going. How about that? How's it sounding? A little background music, why not? We're having a fun evening. Just me, you, and the super chats live on YouTube and Facebook. Amazing. Okay, shall we do this tier list? Yeah, let's do the tier list. Here we go. So we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies. 7 movies, a combination of DC and Marvel. And we're going to rank these from S being the top, tippity top, all the way down from S, A, B, C, and D being the worst, the absolute worst. So, where should we start? Now, if memory serves me correctly, I want to say this year started with Morbius, then the Batman, like that. And then after the Batman, I want to say Super Pets. No, it was Multiverse of Madness, then Super Pets. Then it was... Ooh, I think Thor might have been before Super Pets, actually. Then it was Black Adam. And then we finished this year with Wakanda Forever. Okay. I think it's only fair that we start off with the legend that is Morbius. Now, of course, we've done episodes on the majority of these movies. I think the only one we haven't done a review on is Super Pets. Now, Morbius is a odd situation. Not only is this a Sony movie specifically, this is their sort of way of connecting things with connecting things with No Way Home. So this was kind of like a weird, I don't know, movie, like a spin-off movie in a weird way. We were looking for answers coming out of No Way Home, how this would affect the Sonyverse and everything else. Jared Leto turning the famous villain into an anti-hero. The thing with Morbius is it's so bad, it's hilarious. And it's just given us so many memes throughout the years. I mean, the obvious answer would be to put it in a D, but I think just because of the memes, it's a C? What do you think, chat? Am I crazy for thinking that? I think I might be. I mean, if you're watching this on the repeat, then let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what people think. I think this might be a C. I might be cuckoo bananas, but Matt Smith gives a lifetime performance in this one. Okay, so next up on the list, we have The Batman with Robert Pattinson. Here's the thing. I was skeptical going into this because Robert Pattinson was famous for doing Twilight and maybe a little bit of Harry Potter. So I couldn't really see him as a Batman, but I had a lot of faith in Matt Reeves' vision. You know, seeing his work on the Planet of the Apes movie. So I'm kind of like going into this. The trailers, I think, is what secured it for me. I was like, oh my God, this looks incredible. And I think the movie really delivered that. And I think it delivered in a lot of ways, especially in its message of a young Batman, year 2 sort of Batman. As well as, of course, you know, unique sequences with the car chase, some Easter eggs for, you know, big brain Batman fans out there with the Hush Easter egg and stuff. And the way they totally reinvented the Riddler as the Zodiac killer. I liked it. I know a lot of Riddler fans missed the sort of... I don't know. Couldn't call him the prankster, but, you know, the guy who did all of these unique riddles and stuff instead of, unique death traps. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed the Batman. And I think, let's get this back up. I think this is easily, out of all of them, an S tier. I think everyone brings a sterling performance, from Zoe Kravitz right down to the minor role from, well, not so much minor, but Colin Farrell? Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Wow. Amazing. And I think it's Jeffrey Wright who plays as the Commissioner Gordon as well, which was amazing. See, I don't have GG here to fact check me on all of these actors' names, so forgive me if I get any of these wrong. We are blazing through these already. We've got 2 down already. What's next on the list? Next on the list, we have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So this was... How do I explain this one? The lead up to this was highly anticipated, because there were so many fan theories about who we would see, who we wouldn't see. The idea that maybe Wanda was the villain. There was like so many theories going into this, and especially after so much of the Marvel TV shows like What If and WandaVision and, dare I say, Loki as well. So this movie had a lot of momentum going into it. And I'm just not sure if all the fan theories really hurt it going into the movie. Because for some people, I've seen people argue on Twitter and Reddit saying that there wasn't a lot of multiverse madness. Which I can understand. There isn't, a lot of movement between the different worlds and such. But then I don't know. Am I crazy thinking, have we ever seen that before? Like someone jumping from world to world? It's always... I'm trying to think. Well, maybe Star Wars. But even then, they don't stay more than 2 planets. I don't know. I'm just kind of speaking my mind here. But the visuals with this movie was something special. And Sam Raimi's, sort of signature camera work, direction, whatever you want to call it, is so beautiful. Like the horror elements, the sort of campy side of things. I don't know how to explain it, but his love for New York in the opening battle sequence, I love that. It just feels like the same New York that was in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. I guess it's that combination of like on-set prop design, buildings and stuff. I really like this movie, probably more than most. But I understand it has its flaws, but I can really forgive it for that compared to other movies that came out this year. And previous Marvel movies in this phase as well. For me, I thought this was going to be the movie to stand out of this phase because it has multiverse in the title, which we know is the big thing with Kang and such. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat or in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts. We are live on Facebook. Oh, cool. Let's have a look. Amazing. Hey there, Facebook. Okay. So, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I'm going to have to be biased here and say it's an A. Yes, I know it doesn't completely sync up with where Wanda was at the end of WandaVision, but I really like what they do with this movie. I know I know there's a lot of things that weren't answered and such, but I think this is an A. Like, it really is possibly one of the best movies out of Phase 4. I know for a lot of people this might be a B. Like, I feel like for a lot of people this might be really mid. But for me, again, the visuals and the fight sequence, this is the best Doctor Strange movie we've had. And that alternate world, I don't care what anyone says, it was amazing. Yes, it was full of cameos, but I'm glad to see Mordo back. And of course, you know, we got to see Mr. Fantastic himself and Xavier. Like, oh, and who can forget, like, Captain Carter. Wow. So it is definitely an A tier for me. Thor Love and Thunder. Oh, this is going to be a tough one because, again, really excited about this movie. We get to see what happened to Thor after the events of Infinity War and Endgame, more specifically. And we got to see Taika back in the writing and director's seat. Of course, the news that Jane Foster would appear in this as the Mighty Four, which is really cool. It's a really cool sort of comic book run. And of course, coming off the back of the interaction Thor had with the Guardians, there was a lot of hype around this. Like, a lot of people were excited to see this movie. It just feels like it wasn't given the same, I don't want to say love, because it definitely was made with love. Ironically, the title of the movie. But I don't think it was given the same attention or character development, motives, and everything else. It wasn't detailed enough, if you know what I mean. It was a very shallow, surface level movie with a lot of jokes and things of that nature. But when you have someone like Christian Bale give like an incredible performance and add so much depth to his character, oof, it's probably like the most jarring thing about this movie. And of course, Thor being dumber than ever before. For me, this is a C. But then that's me admitting it's as bad as Morbius, which I don't know if it's on the same level. What do people think? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Do you think Thor Love and Thunder is as bad as Morbius? Maybe worse than Morbius? Or do you think it's better than Morbius? I'd love to know what people think, because this is a tricky one for me. Morbius is only good because of the memes that came out of it, I feel. You think I should rate it more on the quality of the movie? I mean, if we're rating it on the quality of the movie, then it's definitely a D. Help me out here, gang. What do you think? Do you think Thor: Love and Thunder is a C? Do you think it should sit in the C spot? Okay. I'll put it in C. I did laugh. I don't know if I had a good time. I think that's the problem. Because there was so much wrong with it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Super Pets. Super Pets. This is a animated movie based on Crypto the Super Dog, aka Superman's dog. Voiced by Rock the Dwayne Johnson. And I've got to put my hands up here. I haven't seen this movie. And I don't think I ever want to see this movie. I heard like they do a great job of representing Superman in this movie. He's also voiced by John Krasinski as well, which is a really interesting pick. Almost like he's done 2 cameos this year, which is funny. But yeah, I'm going to put it in D because I have no interest in seeing this movie. And the fact that the end credit scene of this was Black Adam turning up to face Superman with his dog to face Crypto. Bizarre choice. Talking of Black Adam, here we go. Black Adam himself, Mr. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. A movie that's been described as a passion project. I mean, give it its dues. A, it gave us the Justice Society. B, it gave us Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, which is crazy to me. Even now, after seeing the movie, it's crazy to think that Pierce Brosnan is Dr. Fate. Perfect casting. Maybe even too good for the role. But oh man, Black Adam. Look, story-wise, it's not the best. Direction-wise, I've seen worse, which is on this list. But what I really like about this is they're not afraid, a bit like Aquaman, I guess, they're not afraid to kind of project, comic accurate costumes. The color use in this is amazing. The soundtrack is decent. The storyline is kind of, again, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It is easy to guess to see where they're going with things. Like, it was very transparent. But I love that there's a Justice Society in this movie. Yes, there's only 4 of them. And yes, Hawkman is like some sort of weird version of Black Panther. Like, he's got all this technology and money and resources and stuff. But I don't hate it. Like, I'd probably watch this for a 3rd time. And it's connected to the wider DCU as well. Like, we got to see Amanda Waller back in this. We got to see, I can't remember the character's name, but the lady from Peacemaker. This movie is part of the DCU. It's not on its own. Oh, and of course, the cameo at the end. How can we forget that? Oh. Here's the thing. I think for a lot of people, this is an A. Maybe a B. I think if GG was here, he'd probably say it was a B. But a B for Black Adam. Ha! I gotta say it's an A. Like, I really enjoyed that movie. And just like Doctor Strange, I'd happily watch it more than once. What do you guys think of the list so far? Let me know. I'm interested to see what people's thoughts are. So, just to give you a rundown of the list so far. So, S tier, without a shadow of a doubt, is The Batman. In the A category, we've got Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Black Adam. B is currently empty. At C, we've got Thor Love and Thunder. And in D, we've got Morbius and Super Pets. Sorry, this music kind of gives me Sonic vibes. Like it should be a level of Sonic or something. It's pretty cool. I like it. Okay. What do you guys think? Am I on the right lines? You think Thor Love and Thunder should be higher on the list? Wow. Okay. So you guys are thinking maybe it should be a B? Completely mid? Okay. I'll give a little wiggle room there then. We'll put Thor Love and Thunder in B. You're right. You can watch it again. It's definitely rewatchable. And maybe I'm a bit harsh on Super Pets. Okay. I'll put Super Pets in C then. So the Batman is S tier. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and Black Adam are A. We've got Thor, Love and Thunder as B, Super Pets as C, and Morbius in D. How's that sounding? Yeah? Okay. Cool. Okay then. So I guess that brings us to our last movie. Wow. The last movie on this list is Wakanda Forever, the sequel to Black Panther and the last movie in Phase 4. Now, our first initial reactions weren't that great. And I think the main reason for that was we were comparing it a lot to the first Black Panther movie and didn't really take it as its own movie. We saw it as a sequel, a direct sequel, which was probably a harsh thing to do because there was a lot of work going into this movie and it had to tackle a lot of things in the movie that also affected not only the MCU but the real world and everything else, but also pushing the narrative and pushing all those characters and their development forward, for potentially a third movie or whatever the agenda is for the character Black Panther, or I should say the hero Black Panther, when it comes to the rest of the MCU. So it had a lot of work to do, as well as introduce a new villain and all of that jazz. Here's the thing. After watching it a second time, I really enjoyed it. I still feel there's one or two flaws, maybe more so the story. Like, it's something we mentioned in our last episode, but the whole idea of the Wakanda boat, and it's just like a small squad of them fighting off like an army of Namor's people. But I know that was a diversion for, the bigger battle. Well, the one-on-one battle. It's a good movie. And again, possibly one of the better movies of Phase 4. I think a week or two ago, I would have said I don't know. See, I've put it in A. It's definitely an A category movie, but it feels way better than Black Adam. So then, does that make it S tier? But then I don't think it's as good as the Batman. I feel like the Batman is its own category. How about this? Thor Love and Thunder is in the C category. I don't know if I should drop Black Adam. Is Black Adam a B movie? I don't think it is. But I don't think Wakanda Forever is as good as Black Adam. Help me out here, chat. What do you guys think? Okay. So if I were to drop Black Adam in the B category, the real question is, do I think Wakanda Forever is as good as Multiverse of Madness? Personally speaking, that's tricky. Because I know Multiverse of Madness isn't a fantastic movie, but I had such a great time watching it. But I know Wakanda Forever is a great movie. So you guys think I should drop Multiverse of Madness into a B category as well? So it looks a little bit more like this. You know what? I think I agree with you guys. I think that's a very realistic visual. So S tier, we've got the Batman. A tier, we've now got Wakanda Forever. B tier is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and Black Adam. C tier is Thor Love and Thunder with Super Pets. And then D is Morbius. You know what? Yeah, I think I agree with you guys. That makes a lot of sense. Although Doctor Strange and Black Adam are visually great movies, they do rely on cameos. Thor Love and Thunder is definitely a kid's movie because he gives them superpowers at the end, which you know was the target audience. Super Pets is obviously a kid's movie. I mean, you know, you don't have to be a kid to watch it, obviously. I watch animated stuff all the time, but yeah. And then Morbius is Morbius. Are we happy with this, guys? Let me just make this a little bigger. Hold on. There we go. Are we happy with this list? Yeah. Batman in the S tier. Wakanda Forever, A tier. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and Black Adam in B tier. Thor Love and Thunder, Super Pets in C tier, and Morbius in the D tier. The more I think about it as well, the movies in B tier I'm more likely to watch on like a flight. If I'm on like a long flight to somewhere, I feel like I'm more likely to watch these. Hell, maybe even the C tier as well, just to kind of like kill time. Where I'd probably take some serious time to watch Wakanda Forever and the Batman. Like I would, you know, make sure it had my full attention and everything else. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think this is a solid representation. Okay. I guess this is our tier list. Wow. And I guess that's the episode. Thanks for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. Oh, just nearly bumped into the table. Um, Thanks for hanging out with me live on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you very much. All the relevant links will be in the description down below, so check it out if you want to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Drop a subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out Surfshark VPN. You guys want to have another look? There you go. Yeah, make sure to check out Surfshark VPN. And again, thank you for sponsoring today's episode. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Let me know on your favorite podcast platform. Give this a star rating. And again, thanks for hanging out with me. And hey, maybe we'll do this more when one or more of the co-hosts are on holiday. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. So yeah, thanks again for hanging out, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Ciao.